Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I ran out of memory space on the memory card, so I had to cut short. I was talking about the JBot decals. So they're very good quality. So the set is the full set with all the instrumentation and both cockpits. I'd say follow the instructions to the T. It works very well. Basically, score around the edges of each decal, cut it out, put it in the water for 10 seconds, remove the edging, and then basically slide it onto the model. It's very easy. I've done 3 on this side, like I mentioned, and it came out very well, as you can see. Very high quality. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do one, just the front one, and then so that it'll be tedious and boring if I do all of them. Let me move the water over to this side. What I found with this emblem is the bottom of the top section of the gold sits in line with the top of this section over here. Okay, and then when you do your other two, you'll see, put your little piece in. So this one basically sits right above the square, and this one sits center line of this piping in the center over there, like I've done on the side. Okay, rightio, so let's do the one. I haven't scored around the edge of this one, so I'll do that now quick. Well, not too quick, I'll just do a proper job. So very lightly, just go around the edge. I don't put too much pressure on it. I'd say probably about 1 millimeter away from the edge. I don't know what that is in imperial. Some things of some things thousandths. Too much for me to think about. So I prefer metric. So about 1 millimeter. So come around. Okay, and then around the top I've done already. Okay. Okay, what I have over here is I have my 2 solutions, the micro set, micro sol. So this is set, so you can set your decal in the right position. So you put this on first with a brush, and then once you dried it out, then you put the sol on, which basically makes it a solution. So it dissolves your decal. Okay, so I'm going to go here, just dump this in with this area. Okay, where it sits as well is basically in the center line of the red line that runs from this line over here to the edge of the red, if that makes sense. So get that a bit. And yeah, not sure if you can see the water. Yeah, you can. So I'm putting it into the tweezer. 10 seconds. You can hold it out for 10 to 20 seconds. When you're working with this and you're cutting your decals, make sure that your surface is dry, because if this runs over a drop of water, that section is going to get wet and it's going to be loose, and you don't want that to happen. So make sure you cut this on a dry surface. I reckon it's about 10 seconds, but you can feel, you see this edge comes off, the whole section comes off, that's scored around the edge. And that you can chuck away, and basically this decal is now loose. You can even use your finger to slide it. So make sure it's flat. Take all the edging off. So what you're going to do is try and hold it in place where you need it. So put the sheet flat down, make sure it's center of the red, and then put it down, slide it, and once you get to your spot, you're going to brace it onto the model and slide the blue paper out on the baking sheet. Okay, it's not straight, so you can use some more of the set solution, dab it on top. You can even use a brush. The brush just straighten it out for me. You can use an edge. What I do is I dip this in the water to soften the edge at the end. And don't use any sharp object that could tear the decal. So let me compare with me. Does it look right? And maybe a little bit to the side. I'll look from the side. Does it look straight? Top, front, maybe a little bit up. Okay, once you're happy, then what I do is I use a earbud and I roll it across the top of the decal. Very, very lightly, because you can actually move the decal, so it's like feather light. They don't do this, it's going to loosen the decal up. You're just basically squeegeeing the water out from underneath. And then wait for it to dry a couple of minutes, maybe like a minute or two. And then take the same brush, dry it off. Take the microsol in the red container and just wet it and leave it to air dry. So that basically melts the decal onto the model. Once you finish putting all your decals on, then seal it off with acrylic clear. Do not use lacquer, as Jim says in his instructions. It will melt the decal, and then you have to buy another one. Possibly do another paint job, buy another model if you want. Okay, so that's it. It's looking nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the rest. I'm not going to bore you with doing it. It's the same procedure, and then I'll finish the model off, and then in the next video probably the canopy, but we'll see. Okay, so until next time, thanks.